Imagine you are running this busy, high-end restaurant, but instead of checking if your guests are actually enjoying their food, you just spend the entire night frantically counting individual forks and plates in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's a total nightmare.
Right. But honestly, that is exactly how most companies are running their cloud infrastructure today. Welcome to the deep dive, everyone. Today, our mission is unpacking a GCP enterprise architectural guide to really understand this massive industry shift.
And it is a big shift.
It really is.
Yeah.
We are talking about moving away from managing raw, isolated infrastructure, like your basic VMs and disks, and moving toward application-centric management.
Because, counting those forks is basically like managing raw infrastructure primitives.
Yeah.
It completely misses the point.
Exactly.
What actually matters to the business is the dining experience, or in cloud terms, the application context. To reach real operational excellence, you have to look at how the entire system delivers value, not just the raw materials.
But, to stop counting forks, you still do need to ensure those raw materials are being used efficiently at a microscopic level, right?
Oh, absolutely. You need good raw materials.
Right. So the guide brings up Cloud Profiler. And this tool does continuous live production profiling of CPU and memory allocations. But I have to ask, running a diagnostic tool on live production code, that sounds terrifying.
Oh, for sure.
Like one bad script and you take down the whole checkout page. Is it actually safe to run this?
Yeah, the immediate fear is the observer effect, that monitoring the system will crash it or just slow it down to a crawl. But Profiler actually maintains less than a 1% impact on overhead.
Wait, really? Less than 1%?
Yeah, because it uses statistical sampling. It does not monitor every single instruction happening in the background.
Okay, so it is less like doing a complex blood test on a marathon runner while they're racing, and more like standing by the track and snapping a quick photo of their form every mile.
Right, exactly. You get the data without breaking their stride. Just takes tiny periodic snapshots of the system.
Makes sense.
Then it outputs these things called flame graphs. They're basically visual maps of your function call stacks.
Right.
So instead of guessing why a system is dragging, performance engineers look at the graph.
And they can pinpoint the exact line of code that is hogging the CPU or leaking memory.
Exactly.
And fixing that one line drops your cloud compute bill directly, because now you can run the whole application on smaller instance sizes.
Yeah, the savings can be huge.
So profiling saves us from bad code.
Yeah.
But what if the code is perfectly optimized and we just get hit with a massive viral traffic spike? We would still crash if the system physically runs out of hardware.
Well, yeah, a fast runner still needs a track. That is why we have to zoom out to the macro level with Capacity Planner.
Right.
It forecasts your compute, and storage needs 30, 60, or 90 days out. And it bases that entirely on historical trends.
Okay, and crucially, it automatically correlates those projections with regional quota limits, right? Which prevents stockouts of highly coveted hardware. Like, those high-end GPUs or TPUs everyone is basically fighting for right now.
Oh, yeah, everyone wants those.
So what does this mean for a traditional FinOps team, or the folks handling procurement? If the cloud is essentially predicting its own shopping list, what are they doing?
Well, it shifts their entire function. Instead of scrambling to buy capacity during a sudden scale-up, they are reviewing automated forecasts.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so they request quota increases long before hitting any hard limits. It moves them from reactive firefighting to proactive strategy.
Okay, so the code is lean, the hardware is secured, but you still have thousands of scattered resources across a massive system.
Tons of them.
How do your SREs, the site reliability engineers keeping this online, manage that chaos without losing their minds?
This is where App Hub and App Lifecycle Manager step in. App Hub basically acts as an application-centric registry.
Okay.
It automatically crawls the environment and discovers all these scattered infrastructure IDs. Then it abstracts them into logical business applications.
So instead of an SRE monitoring some random cryptic load balancer, they are managing a cohesive service tagged as e-commerce checkout with a mission-critical attribute attached to it.
Yes. And then on the multi-tenant SaaS side, where you serve many different customers, App Lifecycle Manager takes over.
How so?
It automates progressive rollouts across thousands of isolated customer environments using standardized blueprints. This basically prevents configuration drift.
Which is when different servers accidentally get slightly different software versions over time. Right?
Exactly. So your SREs are finally monitoring real-world business services, not a pile of isolated parts.
Wow. So GCP gives you the microscope with Profiler, the telescope with Capacity Planner, and the map with App Hub.
That is a great way to summarize it.
But the real insight here isn't just that these tools exist, it is that the nature of cloud computing is fundamentally changing.
Definitely.
The cloud is moving from a dumb toolbox to a self-aware system that audits its own code and predicts its own hardware needs.
It is a true paradigm shift.
Yeah.
I mean, the system is actively participating in its own management.
Which leads to one final provocative thought for you listening. The guide notes that App Hub integrates directly with Gemini Cloud Assist for AI troubleshooting.
Yeah, that part is wild.
Right. If the cloud system can dynamically map its own architecture, forecast its own hardware limits, and use AI to troubleshoot its own bottlenecks, will the traditional job of infrastructure management eventually disappear entirely?
It really makes you wonder.
So next time you dine out, ask yourself, who is actually running the restaurant, and is anyone left in the back counting the forks?